him. He raised his hand. Can you ask him a question, Your Honor? Is this real? Is this fucking real? Wait, Tampa Bay. That's my neck of the woods. I gotta learn a little bit more about this. Perhaps he's been free. Everyone here is stun locked. It's just complete fucking silence that has fallen on the courtroom. This guy is doing his best to keep it together. Her as well.
Hello?
Hey. How's it going, Corey? What do you mean 1 minute? Let him defend himself. There's a lot of slander being thrown around in there.
At the University of Massachusetts Amherst, a revolutionary spirit runs through our veins.
It inspires us
To think in new ways,
to challenge convention,
we are committed
to the relentless pursuit of progress.
to being revolutionary.
Sale Energy puts you in charge of how you get your oil, propane, and HVAC services, and what price you pay, based on your individual preferences. We've got amazing employees in Central Maine just waiting to impress you. Act now and save up to $250 this year. Your fuel, your comfort, your way.
I don't even know why he would do that. So, defendant's bond is revoked in this matter.
Can you get a side of the story, please, Your Honor?
Thank you.
Terry will be giving you a call.
Okay. Work off the case, Pete versus Maya Iceland.
I feel like we may have brushed over this case a little too quickly, Your Honor.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Page for Ms. Isom.
There was more to this story. It's like a transformer, more than meets the eye. Time to drive back home. Yeah, true. So what was the verdict? We don't know yet. It's still in deliberation. Your Honor, he's not driving the car, he's just rolling in neutral with him in it. He's been kidnapped, which is why he was so silent. He was speaking in code. Clearly, he was just trying to prove that his license should be reinstated. Honestly, now that he could have made that point. Like, as you can see, Your Honor, I'm doing just fine. I would appreciate if you'd reinstate my license now. Do you remember the court Zoom call when someone joined in with a cat filter? There's been a lot of... I am super happy that so many of these court things have gone to Zoom because it always ends up just going online. And some of them are just amazing. Like the guy that joined, I think it was I don't remember what it was, like what he was joining for, but it was something that he needed to appear in court for, so he did it over Zoom, and he joined with the name Buttfucker9000. And the judge was like, "What is your name, sir?" "That is not your name." He's like, "Oh God, I don't know how that got there." "Yeah, I'm not." "Oh God."
Then we'll bring this fool
Oh, Buttfucker 3000, sorry. 9000 was like mini versions in the
in.
future.
Good morning, sir. What's your name?
Me?
Yeah.
The thing of Saxon, sir.
Your name's not Buttfucker 3000, you yo-ho. Brought into my court with that is your screen name.
Why would that?
That's a little bit.
Big miscalculation from Jason Statham.
Idiot logs into court like that.
100% that guy was just logging into the thing and thought he just needed like a temporary name. Because there are some things where you just type in like a name and it never shows up as usually the real name or whatever. Just like, alright, whatever, Buttfucker 3000. And it just runs with it. It's so good. Also, Joseph, please change the angle. When I first watched this video, I thought for sure he had a dog out. I was like really thinking I was looking at this man stroking his meat. That is a terrible angle, Joseph. Get control of your court, Jeffrey. You probably heard that name before joining. Oh, that's true. Doesn't Zoom log your names? Yeah, maybe he did have that name with like his friends or something. That's a good point. I forgot about that. Look at the one for the cat filter. The cat filter next.
Cotton, I believe you have a filter turned on in the video settings. You might want to,
Can you hear me, Judge?
I can hear you, I think it's a filter.
Yeah, I don't know how to remove it. I've got my assistant here, she's trying to.
Why? It's fine. This is helping your case.
Go forward with it. I'm here live, I'm not a cat.
Thank you for clarifying.
I can see that.
Jeffrey Toobin getting caught jerking off. Yeah, I made a whole video on that one. That one was great. Lubin the Toobin lost his whole job over that too. And then they had him. That one's so good because they brought Jeffrey Toobin back on down the line. They're like, "So what did you get fired for?" And he's like, "Well, you know what I got fired for. I was masturbating in a Zoom meeting. I thought I was alone." They had him like recount it as if it was a war story and apologize live on air. That one was great. I just read something so ridiculous that I've been sitting here for the last like 10 or 15 minutes just stewing in my own filthy anger, almost in like this meditative state, just trying to process the absurdity of it. And this is a situation I'm not even involved in, and yet still it has managed to steam my vegetables just because of how outrageous it is. This whole thing is so crazy, I just couldn't help myself but share it with all of you, so I hope you don't mind if I hit the dance floor real quick and bust it wide open for you here. So 2 months ago, some of you may have seen that Afroman posted this music video, "Will You Help Me Repair My Door?" This went viral on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube as well. And basically it's Afroman making a song out of a raid that was conducted on his property based on narcotics and kidnapping claims. And it turns out it was completely bogus. They got nothing out of it, and they kind of ransacked this whole place, and he had cameras set up around his property that recorded all of it, so he made a music video kind of teasing them about it. He made a catchy little jingle about the whole thing, and the title is about, you know, them breaking his door and breaking his gate and just going over the damage that they caused there while looking really silly. And now he is being sued for it. He is being sued because the officers were offended, their feelings got hurt, and they're claiming emotional distress. He clowned on them, and it hurt their goddamn feelings so much that now they're coming after him legally. It wasn't enough to just destroy his property and pillage his home like they were Vikings, and also traumatize his kids apparently, which is something he mentions in his song. Now they want to slap him even more by issuing this lawsuit to him, which I think is just an absolute load of baloney. What a pile of dirty barnacles. 4 deputies, 2 sergeants, and a detective with the Adams County Sheriff's Office brought the suit earlier this month, claiming an invasion of privacy. Let me just stop you right there, Chief. An invasion of privacy, huh? You are on his private property. He has every right to record you. I'm not a lawyer. But would you also make this claim if you made yourself look fucking silly at a Starbucks who has security camera footage of you in their store? Like, let's say you spilt coffee or you were pouring coffee down your lieutenant's butthole, giving him an enema in public, and they're like, "Ah, this is kind of embarrassing. We're going to sue you for an invasion of privacy because you filmed us." Would the argument work there in that place of business? I imagine private residents also still have the right to record you when you are on their property. They don't need your consent. You entered their domain. You stepped into their neck of the woods. I feel like they have the right to record you. But again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a stupid, paint-huffing idiot when it comes to the law. But I still just find the claim comical, an invasion of privacy. I guess them going through all of this shit, throwing his suits all over the place, breaking down his doors and all of that in his own home. I guess that's not an invasion of privacy. That's just a general wrongful invasion, considering this whole thing was completely bogus. It was a completely botched little raid here.
That's what I said.
Who are you talking to?
Say hi, Gemini.
Hi there.
Gemini, give me some nicknames.
I need help, Gemini. No problem. You could try using Greek yogurt instead.
Whoa, that's actually like super helpful.
Thanks. Just let me know if you need anything else.
Finish your gift list today. Up to 50% off basketball hoops. Up to $300 off golf clubs from Callaway Taylor Made in Pink. Save $350 on the Smith table tennis table. $1,100 off F63 treadmills. Give the gift of sport. Epic.
They're claiming that Afroman used their faces from the raid and used interested in music videos and social media posts about their consent. Again, I don't think he needed that, considering they're on his private property in the first place. But regardless, they go on saying it's caused them emotional distress, embarrassment, ridicule, loss of reputation, and humiliation. So these officers were born with glass bones and paper skin, huh? They can't take a few jokes on the internet. I imagine they're lying about this. I can't imagine they actually suffered any real emotional distress or anything. I don't think people were on the streets shooting spitballs at them as they walked by, pointing and laughing. Though they should, because they're fucking clowns for what they did here. I can't show the music video, but I highly recommend watching it. They look so fucking stupid in this thing. And it's all dog shit. Like, none of it was real to begin with here. It was just a completely failed raid from top to bottom. And they even had the audacity to disconnect his cameras when they noticed that the security cameras were on. It's just foul, completely foul. I do hope they feel silly. But apparently, the silliness doesn't stop there. Maybe it's a humiliation fetish, because now they're suing him and making themselves look even stupider, which is crazy. I'll go ahead and boil all this down for you. The plaintiffs are seeking all of Afroman's profits from the use of their personas. That includes the proceeds from songs, music videos, and live event tickets, as well as any of the money that he made using their likeness and his brand and other merchandise. And they're also looking for an injunction to take down the videos. Afroman made like an entire album's worth of songs around this raid on his property, and they all fucking bang. It is so amazing. Afroman absolutely crushed it with this whole thing. Literally turned into like a money-making merchandise music video, like empire, all off of this failed raid from them. And now they're coming to put their hand in his cookie jar and take all of that money away that he made from this whole situation. Afroman is attempting to countersue them for the undeniable damage this had on my client's family, career, and property. Law enforcement officers were acting on a warrant that stated probable cause existed that drugs and drug paraphernalia would be found on his property and that trafficking and kidnapping had taken place there. But it turns out that boogeyman was completely wrong. All of those suspicions turned out to be unfounded, and the raid failed to turn up any real criminal evidence, so charges were never filed. And in Afroman's music video, through the cameras, he was able to notice that some of the deputies may have seized some of his money. He was talking about some missing money that took place during all of this, and whoa, can you believe it? After a subsequent review by the State Bureau of Criminal Investigations, they determined that the deputies had miscounted the amount seized during the raid itself. What a silly little error that was. What a goofy little freak accident that was, that some of the money was just a little miscounted and some of it went missing, I guess? That's odd. So that's really this whole situation. They're suing because they look fucking stupid here, and a lot of people are making fun of them for this whole situation. Afroman put them on blast and made an entire album's worth of content around it, and now they're out for revenge. So I can't show you the music video, but I highly encourage you watch it. I would like to show you a couple frames from it and just kind of talk about it because it is so fucking wild. I'll go ahead and crop their faces out so they can't feel offended or humiliated here. But, so this is one of the early shots. The officers were going around checking every nook and cranny of his property, I guess for kidnapping victims or like pounds upon pounds of weed. And for some reason, Officer Action over here fucking